I asked you to set me a boat buying challenge here at the Düsseldorf Boat Show, and you came up trumps. The response to our community post was great, and I asked you to give me your perfect parameters to find your ideal boat, and I'd see if I could find it for you at the Düsseldorf Boat Show. Well, I've read all the comments, I've been walking around the halls, and let's see if I've done a good job, shall we? Let me know in the comments below if you agree with my choices. Let's get going. I'm Jack Haynes, you're watching YachtBuyer. I think we've nailed your brief with this one. I'm happy about this. This is actually a hot tub. Fill it with water and you have got a hot tub on your 50-foot boat. And it's the 760 Quest that I'm interested in. And this is what I think will work for you. Now, there are bigger boats available for that budget. This might well be from IKEA, but everything else is one of the most interesting interiors in this sector. How could I forget? I nearly missed the coolest feature. The first comment is from a user called BritM3. He's based in Boston, USA, and he's currently got a Saxdor 320 GTC. Says he's considered Targas, Marex, Aiata. He wants build quality, performance, tech and comfort, a gyro and a joystick, all in a 35 to 43 foot shell. Well, as you've got a Saxdor already, I think we should probably see what you can get further up the Saxdor range. Now, the 340 GTWA would be a pretty good option. It's a similar size to the 320, but maybe wouldn't feel quite as much of an upgrade. But if we go on the 400 here, then this is going to be familiar, but you're just getting a little bit more in terms of functionality. You've got the drop-down balconies, twin outboards, the option to have the aft cabin down here. And what's really great about this model is it really is indoor, outdoor living. See how this all opens up? The doors, the window here, the drop-down balconies, and the way the sliding doors then connect out to the balconies, that works really nicely. Proper internal dinette. Galley up here as well. So compared to the 320, this is going to feel big, a bit more capable, but it's definitely going to be a nicer boat to live on board. And you've got some accommodation down here too. We've got a double cabin and a separate bathroom. So you can sleep down here, you know, pretty comfortably. Two of you, of course, and two more can sleep in that aft cabin if you choose that option. If we just head forward, you've got yet more living space. You walk through the windscreen and you come up here to another really nice living area on the foredeck. Now, you did mention in your comment the Aiata 38, and actually I think that could be a very good shout for you. So let's go and have a quick look at that as well. Now, some of the boats included in this video, we've already got trials and tours of on the channel, but we've also got some of the new stuff from Düsseldorf, in-depth tours of the likes of the new Saxdor flagship. So subscribe now and you won't miss any of them. Right, let's head to Aiata. Now, you mentioned in your own comment about looking at Aiata as part of your search, and I think that could be a good alternative. It's doing things slightly differently, a very different hull shape to the Saxdor. Obviously, the Saxdor Axopar, those knife-like valves. This is much broader, twin-stepped hull, twin engines as well. A good variety of engines too. You don't have to have Mercuries, they'll fit Hondas, Yamaha, Suzukis, whatever you like. And on board, it gets even more clever because this is fully modular. So you've got the open version there, the cabin version here, but you can actually switch between the two. You can take these side doors off and put them on again, so winter, summer, you can switch between versions of the boat. And you talk about build quality, well, we've actually got a full sea trial of the 38. Might not be on the channel yet, it might be, but we have fully sea trialed it, and it feels really solid. Feels big and robust for a boat of this size, and all the perceived quality is really nice as well. Lots of lovely touches throughout. So yeah, definitely a good option. We've got two more comments that are looking for a similar thing here. Jack Tyler wants an affordable 7 to 8 metre cabin boat that is slightly cheaper than the usual French offering, something of a reasonable speed and range. And then Jaffa Holland is after a similar thing, has better sleep 4 and be legal to tow on UK roads. Now, sleeping 4 at this size and budget is going to be a bit tricky, but I think this is quite a good option all the same. This is the Quarken 27. These are built in Finland. It's got a single outboard capable of over 40 knots, and it's got quite a clever layout actually. It's about 2.7 tons, so it can be trailed, but they've gone for the asymmetric deck layout. So all the way over to the starboard side, I mean, you've got this bigger side deck on the port side, nice versatile, fully enclosed wheelhouse, of course, so you can use it all year round, and there's a double cabin down there and a toilet. And handily, there's something next door on the other stand that we can compare it to. Let's go and have a look. This is the good thing about doing this at Düsseldorf. It's very easy to get between the boats to compare them side by side. That's why I like this show so much. Here it is. Parker. Park above the boats in Poland, and it's the 760 Quest that I'm interested in. So this is coming in, as you see at the show, got to go around the red rope, at about 150,000 euros. And again, this is an interesting take on the cabin boat if you come round. So yeah, this one, 135,000 euros at the show. I was told 150, but obviously there's a bit of a show discount on. But come and have a look at the layout. Not so asymmetric as the Quarken. You've still got a slightly bigger step on this side, but you've got things like having the outdoor helm, or you've got the single Mercury, nice seating area out here, and then slightly different arrangement inside, but you've got this nice convertible two-way seat, double cabin down there. And the difference with this is it has got an, albeit small, crouching room only, separate bathroom. But you mentioned about being cheaper than the French brands. Well, actually, the Jeanneau in Hall 1 is a really good value package. I think we should go and have a look at that. And here it is, the Jeanneau Murray Fisher 795. Now, I know you said you wanted something cheaper, better value than what the French generally offer, but honestly, come and look at this pricing. Base price is 80,000 euros with 150 horsepower outboard, but this boat to this spec, including VAT here at the show, is 120,000 euros with the Yamaha outboard. Pretty good value. It'll sit on a trailer, no problem. It's a Mary Fisher, the clue's in the name, so it has got that onus on being able to fish comfortably in the cockpit, but it's also a nice living area. You've got some seating here and a table. Obviously we have a wheelhouse, more traditional layout in that you have the small side decks on either side, but this still feels a pretty good space. Two-way backrest. Bit of a squeaky one. Galley down here, got your helm station, and what they've done quite nicely is really opened up this area. So yes, it's not huge, but it feels more spacious. Double berth down there, and you've got the toilet. So 3 options there. I hope I've answered your question. Next up, we have a comment from Erwin, who wants something between 450 and 500,000 euros. He's got to sleep 2 people and for them to be able to live comfortably for extended periods. Good interior headroom and able to cross the Bay of Biscay. Well, that's asking quite a lot for this budget, but something all-weather, I get it. I also think this might suit another commenter, Marino Demara. He wants something sub 45 feet that has permanent accommodation for 5 people. That's quite a tough brief, but I think the Viknes V10 may be the answer. Let's have a look. If you're not aware of Viknes, they're a Norwegian brand, along the same lines of Marex and Aquador, that type of thing. This is the V10, and the show here you see it's about 500,000 euros, so well within that budget that we were looking for. And this is a really clever boat. So it's got a very flexible cockpit. You've got the sunroof overhead, you've got covers that you can fully enclose it with. Obviously you've got a table out here. You've also got a steering position, which is quite novel, so you can control the boat from out here. It's a single shaft, Yamaha 440 horsepower, top speed of 28 knots. It's semi-displacement, so the comment talked about good seakeeping. This should be decent in a seaway. Coming inside, because there's more surprises. And one of the requests was to have permanent accommodation for 5 people. Now, normally at this size, that's across 2 cabins. This boat has actually got 3 cabins, starting with this one, which is hidden away underneath the dunnet here. Obviously you've got your galley, steering position, helm, adjustable seat, good for single handing. You've got a side door, you can stand, you can sit, and then you've got the 2-way bench here, so that is in dining mode, and then it flips back to become navigator seat. And then amazingly we've got 2 more cabins. Forward cabin that you'd probably describe as the master. Then you've got the bathroom, and you come down here, Rob, around the corner, yet another cabin with a nice comfortable bed. So not just permanent accommodation in terms of berths, 3 separate cabins on a boat this big. Pretty clever, huh? Let's go to the next one. How could I forget? I nearly missed the coolest feature. Before we move on, come and look at this. Pretty normal looking foredeck area until you pull this handle. Voila. Couple of seats right here on the foredeck. Love that. Let's carry on. The next comment is from Para6810. They're looking for something that's either steel or aluminium, long endurance, 4 cabins, big engine room, large galley, and something with transatlantic range. Now, within those limitations, I think this is as close as we're going to get. You've got to bear in mind, there is a limitation on what you can get inside Düsseldorf Boat Show, but this, the ALM Trawler 1650, gets pretty close, I reckon. Let's have a look on board. Now, the boat is built in the Netherlands. It's full steel, weighs about 44 tons. Very customizable. This one's totally bespoke to the owner, and they build slightly bigger and slightly smaller versions too, if you don't want a bit more space. And someone else commented about double glazing. You never talk about double glazing in boats. Well, this one, fully double glazed, clearly designed to be used in colder climates. Talking of that, fridge space, I know that was a requirement. It's not huge on this particular one. You've got a fridge there and a freezer there. However, you can add more cooling space downstairs. I'll show you where that will go. The rest of the galley's over on this side. They're nice and practical seagoing galley. You've got cooking over here, there's a dishwasher, nice big sink. And then moving forward, you get to the helm station. It's got a pair of 130 horsepower diesel engines, designed to cruise at about 8 knots, and it's got a 4,000 litre fuel capacity. So that's going to give you a cruising range of about 1,200 nautical miles. So not transatlantic, but still pretty good cruising range. Let's look at the cabins. It's split level accommodation. Forward, we have a guest cabin. There's a double bed over there, and this is where your extra cooling space would be if you wanted it. We'll carry on down, and the midships. More guest cabin space. This is a bunk cabin, well, designed for kids, but adults will be reasonably comfortable. And somebody else in the comments said, find me a boat for less than 10 million euros that you can have a sauna on board. Well, I found it. They will make this into a sauna instead of a cabin, and this only costs 1.8 million euros. Let's see the owner's cabin. This is full beam, but I know that the comment said I want 4 cabins. Well, you can split this in 2 and make this into 2 cabins, so you'd have 4 cabins in total. But if you have it like this is a really nice space, isn't it? Look at the headroom, nice big separate bathroom, loads and loads of storage. Now, sadly, the engine room is full of stuff from the boat show, so they're not letting us film in there, but I can tell you, it's plenty spacious enough. Let's carry on. I think I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone here, because I've got comments from Matthew Martin and Neza57, and they're looking for a similar type of boat, and I think Marex will provide it. So 40 to 60 feet, 3 cabins, side door, good for single handing, high quality, seakeeper option, 20 knot top speed. We also need a tender solution, so high-low platform, and yeah, 2 cabins, 2 heads, and it needs to be a budget under 1.5 million euros. So let's kind of look at the Marex 440. I think it could be the one. Yeah, I think this, the flagship of the Marex range, could be perfect for you guys. You mentioned the tender option. Well, this has got a high-low platform. You can see you've got the chocks built in here, so you can store a tender on here and it'll drop down into the water. You can also fully enclose the cockpit. It's got the canopy system that Marex has been using for years, so you can fully enclose this. When you talk about single handing, easy crewing, well, the side decks are really easy to get onto. You've also got a side door by the helm, so if you are handling it on your own, you can get onto the side deck really easily. There's also 2 versions. You can have the Scandinavia, which gives you more seating, or you can have the Gourmet Cruiser, which gives you a bigger galley. So depending on how you're going to use the boat, you've got that flexibility. And you can have 2 or 3 cabins, plus 2 heads. So accommodation is catered for. It'll easily do over 20 knots. And you can have a seakeeper. So I think it fits the bill pretty well, but there's one more boat you consider, and it comes from Nimbus. Let's go and have a look. It is, of course, the 495 Fly, the flagship of the Nimbus range, and they've just announced a version without the Flybridge. So if you just want your coupe, you can do that. It's got your 3 cabins, although this includes a full beam owner's cabin, 2 bathrooms, hydraulic platform, so you can carry a tender and you can have a stabilizer. You talk about single handing, really easy on this boat. I've sea trialed it. That sea trial is on the channel. It's got a joystick, a side door and a side gate, so very easy to crew if you're on your own, or if there's 2 of you. The boat we tested was 1.5 million euros ex VAT, so a little bit over budget, but if you negotiate, maybe you can get it within your budget. And if you do want to compare it directly to the 440, that's exactly what yachtbuyer.com is all about. Head over there, compare them side by side. You can see which one might suit you best, and let me know in the comments below which one you choose. Right, on to the next one. JD9165, I think we've nailed your brief with this one. I'm happy about this. What you wanted was a fast day boat, at least 55 feet, that you can live on for a week. So what you really want is a week boat, but I think I know what you mean, with as wide a beam as possible. Well, this is the D'Antonio D50 Open. It's got a beam of 4.4 meters. If that's not big enough, they do a D60 version, which is obviously slightly larger. But come and look at the space on this thing. I don't think you're going to be disappointed. Really cool feature on these boats is they're outboard propelled. There are actually 4 outboards under there, but you have this cover. So this lifts up to reel them, drop them down, and you've got this really nice big sun pad at the back. This one's got 4 300 horsepower engines. You can have 4 400s, you can have 2 600s. You want it fast, it'll comfortably do over 50 knots. So that is that box ticked. Living space is pretty extraordinary, to be honest. All that sunbathing space back there, nice dining table in the middle with the protection of a hardtop, outdoor kitchen, and then 4 forward facing seats here at the helm station, so you can sit nicely protected by that upright windscreen. And then come and look at this right forward. This is frankly an unbelievable detail for a boat of this size and style. Yes, it looks like a sun pad, but it's very much multifunction because this is actually a hot tub as well. You can remove the cushions, you can see the nozzles down here, fill it with water, and you have got a hot tub on your 50-foot boat. That is extraordinary. Downstairs, it's equally impressive. Now, if you do want to live on board this type of boat for a long period of time, you're going to want decent accommodation, and this is really impressive. This isn't a galley, but it's somewhere you can put your coffee machine for the morning coffee. This is where you'll sleep. Bed isn't that large, but the cabin's a good size, and you can close it off if you do want a bit more privacy. But if you're going to be on your own, you'll leave it all open plan. Got the bathroom there on the starboard side. And then look at this. This is so smart. This huge lounge area. Yes, headroom is restricted, but you just sit back, relax, air conditioned. It's lovely. And the nice thing is, if you're on as a couple, you can always have your bed made. You're not having to convert anything, and you have your lounge ready to go as well. I think we've hit the nail on the head with this one. Let me know if you agree. Next up, J Taylor 965 wanted the following: 40 feet, decent performance, really good for outdoor activities, 2 berths at least, and sub 1 million euros. Now, I could have really easily gone for the Axopar, Saxdor, Aiata, Nimbus type thing, but I wanted to choose a different brand and a different style of boat. This is the Ray SLX 400, your archetypal big American bow rider. It has got a fantastic versatile deck space, a decent cabin as well, obviously the drop-down balcony. Let's have a close look on board. Right, it sneaks just underneath your €1 million budget, but it's a really nicely built boat. Seaway do build a high quality machine, and there's so much functionality on this deck. Really good example is this two-way seat. So this will flip around like this, so you can then sit like this and look out over the water. You say you want to do outdoor activities, you can tie up the paddle board, you've got cleats here, the folding balcony. It really is a boat where living on deck is exactly what it's designed for. And because you haven't got side decks, look how beamy it is. It really is making the most of this deck space. Really good wet bar on deck, huge amount of seating here, well protected. Obviously a pretty open boat, but you've got that really nice extension sunshade, and these chairs swivel round. So obviously in this, guys, this is for when you're at anchor and you're enjoying the deck space, but when you're moving along, swivel that round, it faces forwards, and you've got 2 more seats next to the helm. You have it with outboards and inboards, joystick control, so it should be really easy to handle yourself. Right forward, note how there are no steps, really easy to move around this deck. Oh, someone's just sold a boat. That's why people come to boat shows, I guess. But yeah, this is a really nice space. Again, really sociable, comfortable underfoot, very well designed, loads of nice detailing going on. It does feel expensive, and it continues down here where you have both a convertible dinette. So this is a dinette, but you can drop it down to make a berth here, and there's a fixed berth amidships. There's a double there, and you've got a bathroom in the middle. I hope that met your requirements. On to the next one. Right, the next request comes from John Hickman. He wants the biggest owner-operator boat for a couple for around 6.5 million euros, and this is what I think will work for you. Now, there are bigger boats available for that budget. This is probably half that, a little bit more, so I've left you some money for a really nice tender and lots of diesel for a couple of years. But the reason I've chosen that, because you can talk about the size and having the biggest one, but you've got to be able to run it yourself if you're an owner-operator, and this is one of the best in this size category. Let me show you why. Right, let me explain why I think this works so well as an owner-operator. You're probably thinking, no one who's going to own and operate is going to want to clean this teak. It's not teak, it's composite that looks very convincing. So much easier to look after. In fact, all of the external wood is composite. Internal stuff, that's all the real thing. Very safe and practical in here. See how easy it is to move around this cockpit. The side decks are super safe. Moving inside, nice comfortable lounge area. Everything all on the same level. The galley is right forward, opposite the helm. So again, if there's a couple of you on board, you're on passage, you can come away from the helm, make a drink, make a snack, you can still see forward. And in terms of helm control, well, you can have it with IPS, or you can have it with the shafts. Both options with joysticks, meaning close quarters control should be really easy. Joystick control plus the bow and stern thrusters, and you've got a side door, so you can maneuver from here, communicate with crew, get up and down the decks really easily. There's a Flybridge helm too, so you can drive from up there. Coming to accommodation, they don't do full beam owner's cabins amidships because they're more concerned about the weight balance and where the engines are. There isn't the space for them, but you've got a twin down there, a single. Bearing in mind if you're owner operating, maybe it's just going to be 2 of you for a lot of the time. So accommodation maybe isn't the be all and end all, but right forward is your cabin. Lovely bathroom there in the corner. Lots and lots of floor space, lots of light, good headroom, good storage too. Of course, that's very important. If you're going to be on board for a long time, you've got a proper walk-in wardrobe there, drawers all over the place, drawers under the bed. It's really designed to be lived on board for long periods of time. And that is exemplified by the lazarette. Not usually very exciting space, but it is on a Grand Banks. Come and look at this. Such a big part of the ownership benefits of a boat like this is how easy it is to look after. So if I just pop this up, again, keeping in mind, you'll likely be doing a lot of the maintenance, mechanical stuff yourself. Up comes that hatch, down into the lazarette of dreams. Nice shallow step. There's teak on the floor. You've got a lot of the ancillary equipment out here, so it's not all stuffed into the engine room. It's all beautifully laid out. You've got loads of storage. Again, if you've got lots of kit, if you're on board for a long period of time, you've got plenty of spaces to store it. And then right down here, come on Rob, clamber down. You're into the engine room itself. Isn't enormous, but I challenge you to find an easy to work in, better finished engine room in the entire sector. Stunning. And finally, Mr. Knight, the IT guy, wants a Flybridge boat, sub 20 metres, joystick plus crew area, 4 cabins, standing headroom, and interior, and don't we read this a lot in the comments, that doesn't feel like it was made by IKEA. Well, the Pearl 63, one of our award winners, will fit the bill nicely. Let's have a look. Okay, the Pearl 63, 18 metres, so well within that 20 metre range that you put in your requirements. You can have a tender garage or a crew cabin, so that's that ticked off. Coming to the interior though, because you said you don't want it to feel like IKEA. By that, I guess you mean you want it to be bland and samey. Well, you certainly haven't got that here. It looks amazing. It's designed by Kelly Hoppen. The finish is great. This might well be from IKEA, but everything else is one of the most interesting interiors in this sector. Some lovely stuff going on here forward as well. Look at all the glass they've got on the helm. Pearl do this stuff really well. Cabins, you mentioned them, you need 4. And they achieve 4 really well. Naval architecture by Bill Dixon. He's a bit of a genius when it comes to packaging. So there's 2 twins there. This is the VIP. Very nice. And again, you get the Kelly Hoppen feel down here. It just feels different to pretty much everything else in the sector. And this is interesting. Come on. So the owner's cabin. Totally private access down this separate staircase. They've improved the blinds since we tested it as well. We have got a full sea trial of this on the channel. As I said, it won 5 stars, so go and watch that. And this is your owner's cabin. You talked about good headroom. I'm 6 foot tall, seems pretty good to me. And again, you really feel that Kelly Hoppen influence. It's a Flybridge boat. Let's head up there and have a quick look. You wanted the Flybridge, so let me show you the Flybridge. Really big on this boat actually, and nicely segmented. Sunbathing back there, dining there, bar over here, nice sunroof, final requirement, joystick. It's an IPS boat, so you have joystick control. I hope you like it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I've got to admit that was a lot more challenging than I thought it was going to be. Thank you all so much for engaging with the idea and sending me all of your requirements. I hope I found some boats that you're going to be interested in, you found useful. Let me know in the comments below how I got on. But the good news is you don't have to go through this process. Yes, I've done this video, but there's also YachtBuyer.com where you can compare boats side by side from the comfort of your own home. You can come to boat shows like this and know exactly what you're looking for before you even arrive. If you enjoyed this video, we've done loads of quite fun videos at Düsseldorf Boat Show with different budgets. Have a look at those. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks again for watching. I'm Jack Haynes. This is YachtBuyer.